Question number 1. If you read that, please.
The line of x plus 3y minus 11 equals to 0 touches the circle x plus 1 squared plus y plus 6 squared equals to r squared at 2, 3. Find the radius of the circle.
Right. So now, they want us to find the radius of the circle. How do you start this one?
So I substituted the 2, 3 into x plus 1 squared and y plus 6 squared. So I did 2 plus 1 squared plus 3 plus 6 squared is equals to r squared.
2 plus 1 squared and then 3 plus 6 squared. Okay.
Then that gave me 9 plus 81, which was equals to 90 equals to r squared. Then I squared it to get r is equals to 90.
So 81 plus 9, it gives you 90.
Yeah.
So r is square root of 90.
Then I now put it in surd form, which is now 3 root 10.
Or you can leave it as square root of 90, or you put it in
Okay.
the calculator, it gives you 3 root 10. Excellent. And when you do them, make sure this equals to sign in a straight line. Because in the exam, when you want to check your work, you can easily check them when you write going downwards. So congratulations, you substitute 2 and 3 into it, and then that works you to work out the radius of the circle. Find the radius of the circle. Part B. How do we start part B?
Yeah, for part B, I wanted to rearrange the x plus 3y minus 11 equals to 0 into the formula of y equals to mx plus c. So I did 3y is equals to minus x plus 11. Then I multiplied I divided by everything by 3. So
Okay,
that gave me
let me just slow it down for a second there. Show that the radius is perpendicular to the line. So the line has equation. Did you rearrange this to y get y equals mx plus c?
yes.
So you rearrange that to get it as y is equals to mx plus c. And m is the gradient. So what did that give you?
Y is equals to minus 1 over 3x plus 11 over 3. So the gradient is minus 1 over 3.
The gradient is minus 1 over 3. Now, how do we show that two things are perpendicular? Two lines are perpendicular. What's the formula? Perpendicular means if that's the radius, I put the radius in pink and I put the other one in blue. Perpendicular means the angle between them is 90. So
Oh,
it's a formula which you need to remember. If the blue one is a tangent, the pink one is the radius. The rule is tangent and radius meet at 90 degrees. So if you know the gradient of the radius is minus 1 over the gradient of the tangent. Does that make sense?
yes.
So the formula is gradient of tangent is equals to minus 1 over the gradient of normal. Or you can say m1 is equals to minus 1 over m2. They can write it that way. Or they can write it m1 times m2 is equals to minus 1. But they are all doing the same thing. So the gradient is minus 1 over 3. And then you need to find the gradient from the radius of the radius from the center. What's the center of the circle? The coordinates of the center. Do you know how to get that?
Yes.
How do you find the coordinates of center?
Um, you first of all find center of the circle, the coordinates choose -1 or -6 from the question.
From the question, yes, it's +1, so it'll be -1. Very important. And it's +6, so it will be -6. So that gives you the center. And then it goes from the center to 2, 3. So now, how do we find the gradient from between those 2 points?
We use the formula of the equation of the line. So y2 minus y1
Yes,
over x minus x1.
congratulations. We use this formula, which I will highlight in green at the bottom there. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's gradient m. Let's call that m, gradient of the radius. And that gives us 3 when you put those numbers in. And because they want you to show, the word is show. If they are perpendicular, that means when you multiply them, you will get -1. You see that m1, m2 I wrote there, m1 times m2 equals to -1.
Yes.
That's what you should do to show. So what you're doing is m, gradient of the radius, we'll just call it m1 times m2 is equals to -1. So what -1 over 3 times 3 is -1. That means the angle between those two things is 90 degrees. If one of them is m2, the other one is m1. And that's it. That gives you a complete breakdown and understanding of the question like that. So congratulations. That's
Thank you,
how
sir.
you learn those type of questions. This is typical A-level exam questions. You work them in stages and you have to remember all those different formulas.